You're in a meeting. Someone asks you a question. You know the answer. In fact, you've known it for weeks. You know it exists inside your head. And then you speak and nothing. Your mind just goes blank. And you sit there hearing yourself start a sentence with no idea how it ends, watching the room watch you, feeling the heat come up, filling the silence with words that have nothing to do with what you actually wanted to say. And the worst part, you knew exactly what you wanted to say 5 seconds before they asked. In fact, it was right there. If that's happened to you, this video is going to explain why, and more importantly, what to actually do about it. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. First, the actual mechanism behind why your brain freezes when you speak. And I'm going to be specific about this because it's not what most people think it is. Second, why this problem hits smart, prepared people harder than almost anyone else. And third, the specific drill you can start doing today to begin unwiring this pattern. This is not theory. This is something you can do for 10 minutes tonight to give you a win on this problem. I've coached professionals, entrepreneurs, salespeople, and executives through this exact problem, and the mechanism is always the same. Once you understand it, and I mean really understand it, which is what we're going to cover in this video, something is going to shift in the way that you speak for the rest of your life. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the problem itself. And I want to describe this more precisely because the surface version of I went blank doesn't actually capture what is happening. The moment you open your mouth, the thought that was there, clear, organized, ready, just evaporates. And I mean not gradually, like instantly, like someone turned off the tap inside your brain. And then something else begins to kick in. You hear yourself talking and you start monitoring what's coming out. You're listening to yourself speak, evaluating whether it sounds right, checking whether the room is following, all while trying to still produce the next sentence. And as soon as that monitoring kicks in, your body responds. Your pace picks up, filler words flood in to fill the sentence, you over-explain, you repeat yourself, you trail off. Or you power through it and then you finish and you know that what came out was maybe a third or a tenth of what you actually knew. And then, and this is the part that really stings, you replay it afterwards. You have what we call a social hangover. You think about what you should have said, and it's all there, clear, articulate, organized, exactly what you should have said, as if someone had asked you the question in private with no pressure. The knowledge was never the problem. The knowledge was always there. In fact, I've had clients, very sharp people, genuinely impressive thinkers, describe this as if they're feeling like their voice is somehow lying about who they really are. And one of them said to me, inside, I feel the opposite of how I sound. That's not an unusual experience. That's one of the most common things that I hear. And the reason this is so painful for high achievers especially is that you are self-aware enough to know the gap exists between what's inside your head and what you meant to say. You can hear it, and that gap feels like some kind of personal betrayal. So let's talk about what people get wrong. Now, most people who experience this problem get told one of three things. They get told, you just need more confidence. They get told, just slow down and breathe. Or they get told, you need to prepare more. And if you've tried any of those, if you've taken a breath, if you've prepared extensively, if you've told yourself to just be more confident, you already know that it doesn't work. Or it works once and then it doesn't hold. And the reason it doesn't work is because none of those things address what's actually happening in your brain when you speak under pressure. Confidence is not a switch you can flip. Breathing addresses the symptom, but not the cause. In preparation, ironically, can sometimes make this worse because the more you've prepared, the higher your standard for how it now should come out, and the harder you monitor when it starts to deviate from that plan. So the problem isn't confidence, it isn't preparation, it isn't breathing. What is it? If you're a founder, entrepreneur, or high performer whose mind goes blank in high pressure scenarios and you're not saying what you need to say and that's costing you impact, then click the link below or scan the QR code on screen to apply for Elite Speak. This is my signature training program where we work with you directly to identify and overcome the bottlenecks currently limiting your influence, communication, and executive presence. Click the link below or scan the QR code on screen to schedule in a call, and I'll see you there. Let's talk about the actual mechanism behind this problem. See, there's one important concept that we need to understand, and that is that your brain has two modes when it comes to producing speech. The first mode is expressive mode. This is what happens when you're talking to a close friend, explaining something you know well in low-stakes environments. Language, it comes out automatically. You're not thinking about whether you sound good, you're just talking, fluent, natural, and organized. The second mode is monitoring mode. This is what kicks in when under pressure. Instead of producing speech, your brain starts evaluating speech in real time. It becomes the audience of itself. And so here's the problem. You cannot be fully in both modes at the same time. The moment monitoring activates, the moment you start listening to yourself, judging yourself, checking yourself, it pulls cognitive resources away from production. Your fluency drops. And when your fluency drops, the monitoring gets louder because now there's more to evaluate and correct. And that makes the production worse. And that makes the monitoring worse. That's the loop. That's what is happening inside when you go blank. Think about walking down a staircase. Normally you do it, it's completely effortless. You don't think about it, your body just does it because you've done it 100 times before. Now imagine someone tells you, I'm going to watch you walk down the staircase and evaluate your technique. What's going to happen? Suddenly you're thinking about every step. Your legs feel a bit strange. What was automatic is now awkward. The more you try to control it, the worse it gets. That's your brain switching from automatic to manual. And speech and communication works exactly the same way. Let's talk about why this is a challenge that high achievers deal with the most. Here's what I want you to understand about this loop. It doesn't care about your IQ. It doesn't care about your experience. It doesn't care how well you're prepared or how much you know. In fact, the higher your standards for how you want to sound, the harder the monitoring loop activates. Because when you've had a sophisticated internal voice, when you can hear in your head exactly how this idea should be articulated, the gap between that internal version and what's coming out of your mouth feels unacceptable. And that feeling of this isn't good enough is precisely what triggers the monitoring to intensify. So the person who goes the blankest, who freezes the hardest, who struggles most with the gap is often the sharpest person in the room. Not because they lack capability, but because their capability makes the gap more visible and it makes it more painful. I understand this. I've been there. This is why the advice to just be more confident is so useless. Confidence isn't the problem. High standards are. And high standards are a feature. They're not a bug. The goal isn't to lower your standards. The goal is to build a delivery that can actually meet them. Let's talk about what actually works in solving this problem. The answer is not a mindset shift. I'm not going to give you a list of affirmations. It's not breathing. It's not more preparation. The answer is training the expressive track in your mind until it becomes the default even under pressure. And so here's the core principle. The monitoring loop is trained into you through years of high-stakes environments where your delivery was judged, presentations, interviews, important conversations. It could even stem from childhood interactions with parents. Your brain has learned to switch into monitoring mode the moment the stakes feel real. And you can absolutely train this out, but you have to do it deliberately, consistently, and in a way that specifically targets the loop, not just the symptoms. So here's the drill that I want to give you that you can start tonight. I call this, and we run clients through this, what we call the open channel drill. So here's how it's going to work. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Pick any topic. It genuinely doesn't matter what. In fact, one of the exercises we recommend in generating a question or a topic is to use any AI model. It could be Gemini, it could be ChatGPT. Give it your LinkedIn profile and ask it to generate questions based on what you do as a career path or generate questions based on your interests. Could be an idea you're thinking about, a problem you're working on, anything. And then speak out loud continuously for 2 full minutes. And here's what I'm going to add. Do not stop to think. Do not correct yourself. Do not restart when you lose the thread. In fact, when you lose it, keep going. Find the next word, find the next sentence, bridge to something else if you have to. The rule is simple. Keep the channel open. Do not shut down. And one of the best practices that I can offer you to help you really let this click in your practice is what we call the force the next 5 words rule. If you notice a moment of hesitation, if you notice a moment where you are speaking and there's a little bit of a buffer or silence, just lean forward slightly and trust that your mouth is going to find the next 5 words. And you might not know what they are. Your mouth is going to say something. It's not going to say gibberish, but it is going to say something. And that's going to help you keep that channel open. Now, I want to be clear about what the goal of this drill is. The goal is not to sound good. Seriously, sound as simple and stupid as you want. The goal is not to produce organized, polished content. The goal is to practice keeping your brain in expressive mode. Build that muscle, even when it wants to switch into monitoring mode. Because every time you catch yourself drifting toward the loop of listening to yourself, judging yourself, and you choose to keep talking anyway, you are building a completely new pattern. You're telling your nervous system, the stakes are manageable, the channel can stay open. If you do this every day, I would encourage you to put this on your calendar as a 10-minute practice every day for a week, and you do this consistently, you will feel something start to shift. I hope this helps.